Hey friends, it's Mrs. Walker. For our lesson today, we're going to talk about problem solving. So your learning goal says, I can solve one-step and two-step word problems with addition and subtraction. So the materials that you'll need for this lesson are your dry erase board. So make sure you grab that before we get started. All right, friends, let's look at our problem. This says Seneca put 56 beads on a necklace. Some beads fell off, but he still has 28 left. How many beads did he lose? All right. So friends, what strategies could we use to solve this problem? Think about that for just a minute. What are all the different strategies that we have learned to solve addition and subtraction problems? Oh, did maybe some of you say we could draw a model on our place value chart, right? We've learned that strategy. Oh, we've learned the arrow way, a number bond, the compensation strategy, the standard algorithm, so like vertical form, and the tape diagram. Holy cow, friends, we've learned so many different strategies to be able to solve a problem. Now, I'm sure that you're looking at this list and thinking to yourself, there's some strategies on here I don't like too much. But there might be strategies on here that you're like, oh yeah, that one's my jam. Like, I like the number bond way a lot. I like the arrow way. I like so many of these strategies. But some you might prefer to use over others. Just make sure when you're choosing the strategies that you're choosing a strategy that is efficient. Okay? Drawing a model on the place value chart is an acceptable way to solve a problem. However, as we're getting more familiar with all these strategies, that might not be the most efficient strategy that we can use because it might not be the quick and easy strategy to be able to solve. Okay, but make sure that you're choosing the ones that you feel comfortable with to be able to solve problems. Okay, so you guys are going to pause the video. You're going to solve this problem about Seneca, and then you're going to choose two strategies. So you're going to take your dry erase board and draw a line right down the middle and choose one strategy and solve it on the left side. And then you're going to choose a second strategy and solve it on the right side. And then once you solve that problem, once you solve that problem two different ways, you're going to click play and we're going to go over the different ways to solve this problem. Okay, so pause the video, choose two strategies, solve the problem, and then click play when you're ready to go over it together. All right, friends, let's look at this problem. So the first thing that we have to decide with a word problem, are we adding or subtracting? Like, that's super important to be able to decide. So as we are rereading this problem, it's super helpful to do that before you even start solving, right? Because that's part of the RDW process. Read the problem. So let's read it one more time. Seneca put 56 beads on a necklace. Some of the beads fell off, but he still has 28 left. How many beads did he lose? Well, I'm trying to visualize this in my head, and I know that he had 56 beads on a necklace and somehow some of them fell off. So that tells me that I'm going to subtract with this problem. So my problem is 56 minus 28 equals. So we have to solve. Well, friends, let's use the place value chart first. Okay? So here, if I have my place value chart, I have my tens and ones. I'm going to model 56. So 5 tens and 6 ones. Now, notice, friends, how I made those in nice, neat lines like they're in an imaginary tens frame. Because if we just draw dots all over the place, it's harder for us to count, and we can accidentally make a mistake. So make sure that you're lining up your drawings in groups of 5 to make those tens frames. Now we know that we need to subtract 28. So I don't model 28 on this place value chart. I only model the first number with subtraction, the largest number. Well, now I need to take away 8 ones. Well, I can't do that because I only have 5. So I need to go over and take this 10 right here, and I need to decompose it into 10 ones. And now I have enough ones to be able to subtract. So I'm going to subtract 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Then I need to move to my tens place. And I'm subtracting 2 tens. So 1, 2. Now I'm left with, how many tens do I have here, friends? Yeah, 2 tens. How many ones do I have left? I have 8 ones. Now remember, friends, when you are counting these, you don't have to count this whole row because you know that if this row is full and it goes down here, this is 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ones. So 2 tens and 8 ones make 28. Okay, so maybe you chose to solve it this way with the place value chart. All right, friends, let's look at how we can solve this with a number bond. Ready? So here's my traditional number bond over here. We know that we started with 56 beads on our necklace. That was our total. Then we know that some of them fell off and we had 28 left. So we need to find the sum, right? We're not sure. I'm sorry, not the sum. We need to find out how many beads fell off because it told us some beads. So now I'm going to break this apart. Okay, so 56 minus 28. I want to make this easier for me to be able to subtract. So I'm going to break this into 20 and 8 because 20 plus 8 equals 28. And now I can subtract my tens really easy, right? So 56 minus 20, I just know that that's 5 tens minus 2 tens, which is 3 tens, and then I'm left with just my ones, so 36. Now, when I look at 36, I know the next one I'm supposed to subtract is that 8, but that's a little bit tricky, 36 minus 8. So you know what, friends? I'm going to take this a step more, and I'm going to break apart this 8 even more. I'm going to break apart this 8 into a 6 and a 2. And I'm doing that because I can do 36 minus 6 in my head, right? That's a super easy one. So I wanted to be able to make that easier. So now I'm going to do 36 minus 6. So 36 minus 6 is what, friends? Yeah, it's 30, right? You're just subtracting your ones. Then I need to take my 2 that I have left over and my 30 and subtract that now. So 30 minus 2 equals, just count backwards 2, right? So 30, 29, 28. Okay, so that's how we can figure out this problem using a number bond. So Seneca lost 28 beads. All right, friends, it's time for the arrow way. So if you use this way, let's check and see how you did. Okay, so again, we're going to break apart my 28 into 20 and 8. And now I'm going to start with 56. I'm going to subtract that 20. And again, I could do that easily in my head because I'm not looking at the ones place. I'm looking at 5 tens minus 2 tens, which is 3 tens. And then 6 ones minus 0 ones is still 6. So 36. Then I need to, oh man, I'm going to do that same thing I just did with a number bond. I'm going to break apart this 8 into a 6 and a 2 because that's so much easier. So 36 minus 6 is 30. And then 30 minus my 2 that I still have left is 28. So kind of our number bond goes along with our arrow way, right? It's kind of helping us to break that down. Now, maybe you didn't need to write down the steps to break down 28 into 20 and 8, and then the 8 into 6 and 2. If you don't need to do that, that's totally fine. But if it helps you to model that, that is absolutely okay too. All right, friends, maybe you used the compensation strategy. And if you did, let's check this one out. So here we have 56. I'm going to add 2 to this. And you know why, friends? Because this 28 right here, this guy right here, is so close to 30. And 30 is such a friendly number to be able to subtract with. So if I add 2 to this one, and I have my 28 and I add 2 to that one also, I've made a new problem. So 56 plus 2 is 58, and 28 plus 2 is 30. Well, now I can really easily subtract those numbers, 58 minus 30. So that's just like my 5 tens minus 3 tens, that equals 2 tens, right? And 8 ones minus 0 ones is 8, so 28. So friends, just so you guys can see that this is the same problem. So 56 minus 28 is the same or equal to 58 minus 30, which are both equal to 28. So the compensation strategy is a tricky one, but if you use this one and you got it, kudos to you, friends. If not, it's okay because there's lots of other strategies you can use as well. All right, friends, bring on the tape diagram. Okay, so here we have our tape diagram. We are doing 56 minus 28, and here's our unknown, right? So again, you want to use your tape diagram along with another strategy. So sometimes a tape diagram is really a good strategy just to model your thinking with, to know that you are subtracting, right? Because if we are missing a part, like we have our whole, which is 56, if we're missing one of the parts, that means we need to subtract, okay? So again, he lost 28 beads. So the tape diagram is just a model of your thinking. It's not necessarily how you would solve the problem. You need another buddy strategy to go along with that. All right, friends, next up is the standard algorithm with vertical form, okay? So looks like this, right? We put our numbers on top of each other and make sure to line up your ones place and your tens place. If you don't have both digits in the ones place lined up together and both digits in the tens place lined up together nice and neat, you're gonna get the wrong answer. So it's super important to line those up nice and neat. Okay, so here we are going to look in the ones place first, okay? Always, you have to start from the top to the bottom when you are subtracting. So this problem is 6 minus 8, but I can't do that, right? So because I can't do that, I need to go to my tens place, and I'm going to decompose a 10. So once I take one of these tens, they're left with 4 tens. When I decompose that 10, I no longer have 6 ones, I have 16, because there was 10 ones that I took from that 10 and 6 ones that I already had, and that's how I get 16. So now I can do 16 minus 8, which is 8, and then I go to my tens place, which is 4 tens minus 2 tens equals 2 tens. Okay, so this is how I can model with the standard algorithm in vertical form. Okay, so we went over all of those different strategies. 2 thumbs up to you guys for being able to solve 1-step and 2-step word problems. When you guys go and work on your problem set today, please make sure that you are looking very carefully at the questions to see, did you answer the question that is being asked? Because sometimes you are going to see 2-step word problems, so you have to make sure that you solve both parts of the problem. Okay, friends, so great job on your lesson today using different strategies. Make sure that you are choosing the one that you are probably the best at and the most efficient, that's quick and easy for you. So please head back on over to the module to see what you need to complete for your independent practice. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to help. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye, friends!